And now, video games. HMV. Get into it.
Our second semifinal features two of this country's very best. Winnipeg's Sandi Anderson against Calgary's Jennifer Marshall. Last year's runner, Anderson.
And there's that big punch. Sandi really avoided it in the first two games. She only had 3 in total. So, you know, her scores, she's avoided that, kept it on the lane, made good shots, and made a lot of spares. She had 10 strikes in the first 2 games and was pretty consistent making spares. .13 to start. Head pin off the bat. She maybe be okay with that. At least she got to the middle. She can make a minor adjustment from there.
Marshall, who bowled a 248 and a 253 just last week. And this is rather familiar.
It is. Maybe just taking them a frame or two to get loosened up. Saw it in the first match, and then the girls came back fairly strong to finish. Again, the higher the money goes, it seems the more pressure there is on them. Smooth 3-step approach. Jennifer's style, approach, delivery is probably absolutely by the master bowler's book. Her dad was a master bowler and taught Jennifer as a young lady. So very classic style.
Full again.
Closer. Lots of movement on the ball. Right dead on the nose. She almost broke that one up and got away with a chop off. Good count. Again, one of Jennifer's strengths, deadly accurate, whether it's picking head pin and cleaning them up or making spares.
So back-to-back opens and 15 count in both. 30 for Marshall through the first 2.
Now Sandi Anderson to see if we can get something going here. Pushed it right, forced a little bit. We'll keep our eye on that follow-through of Sandi's. There it is on the inside. Just got a piece of the corner pin to make the spare.
Sandi Anderson, Winnipeg, with the spare up in the second. Jennifer Marshall, Calgary, had 15 in both her opening 2 frames as we see who becomes our second finalist. Brenda Walters is already qualified with her win over Renee Laframboise.
There's that little bit of a stick on lane 33 again. manages to maintain her balance and still get a decent delivery and a good ball reaction that time. Take advantage of the spare in 2.
Jennifer Marshall's been around the head pin. And there she punches for a second time. In fact, third time in the game. Or no, second time, pardon me. You know, there's so little to choose between these two. They're both right-handed bowlers. They both throw backups. Sandi's league average 254. Jennifer's is 256.
They've both got the same kind of experiences at Canadian 5, Masters, television appearances. So on this day, it's going to be which one of them can react the best to conditions, to the environment, maybe to the little bits of struggles, and who makes adjustments the quickest.
So that's 3 straight frames where she's managed to get her 15.
Just needs a little adjustment. Get the ball off the middle and on the side. There it is. Left hand pocket, good rotation, solid strike. Not a lot of difference between that the head pin she's had, and that strike. 1/4 of an inch, maybe the only difference.
Oh my. Oh goodness.
Second set of aces we've seen in this tournament, and both of them have been Sandi Anderson's. This is just a really tough break on this one.
You know, she had a spare and a strike up. And you can see, I mean, that's just how difficult it is for her now to try and bounce back. I mean, she's a runner-up. She's never won on TSN. Some people would think that Sandi's just due.
There is that. But it's all about just maybe the opportune time. You know, you make a simple mistake and somebody else takes advantage of it. And that's happened to Sandi over the years on some of the TV shows. One bad ball, one bad frame. And like you said, you know, the door opens and somebody rushes through. Picks up 13, and now Jennifer Marshall, the doors open a little bit. Good shot from the overhead. Nice reaction that time. Left hand pocket. Just a little bit of slight backup into the pocket. That grip on Sandi, she almost has her hand in a position where she has to throw a backup. It's wrapped a little bit further around the bowling ball, so she doesn't have to do anything with her wrist. It's just the way it comes off her hand. Jennifer Marshall, on the other hand, all the fingers straight up and down, centered on the bowling ball. Pushed right.
Backed up and by.
I don't know if that was as much ball movement as it was about location. She started this one right of the mark. Good follow through, good extension. There it is.
Good cover on the spare with a strike up in 4. So you see the difference, just 7 pins through 4. Anderson with a strike up, Marshall with a spare.
Advantage Sandi at the moment. Somebody needs to get on and run a string of strikes to take control of this match. Push right in the last frame. This time push left. No backup. Not like Jennifer to miss the head pin twice in a row, but that can be a little bit of the 3 head pins in a row to start this game with, and then you push, you change something just a little bit, you know, try and make the move and go too far.
Now looking to clean up the right side, and won't this time.
Four open frames out of 6 for Jennifer Marshall, but all head pins other than the 6th. Sandi Anderson with a head pin and a set of aces. On the side. Oh, good looking throw that time.
Wow.
See if we can see on a replay what happens to the bowling ball and the pins. Right hand pocket going away. Head pin and 3 pin both up in the air over top of the corner pin. Yeah.
Nice cover for the spare. So stretching the advantage just a little bit. And now working on a strike spare combination.
And Sandi can put a little bit more distance between her and Jennifer with a strike here in 7. Oh, great shot that time. Got the ball out on the lane, great extension, backed it up into that left-hand pocket, and again, just no question that time. Great reaction. Gives her a 34-pin lead. Now all she's got to do is match whatever Jennifer Marshall does on the way out.
And Jennifer really needs to get something going here.
That's the ball.
Maybe this will be the start of the big finish for both of them.
Nice controlled backswing. Nothing forced in Jennifer's delivery.
The thing I really have grown to appreciate and love about the game is just this. Now she throws whatever, you've got to respond. It's just throwing those challenges back and forth at each other.
It absolutely is. You can't do anything to stop the other person. All you can do is react.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Another one that just hangs on to take out a corner pin. I'm not sure there was very much of the bowling ball left on the lane when that took the corner pin out.
It's a very big spare when you consider she had the strike up in 7. So she's 138 through 7. Anderson will step up onto the lane with a strike up in the 7th.
Advantage Sandi Anderson at this point. She's got a possible 322 remaining. She can finish with 6 strikes in a row. There's the first one.
Always nice to see the members of the Executive of the Bowling Proprietors Association of Canada, and in particular the gentleman on the far left, that's Arnie Rollins from Dryden, Ontario. He's the president. Always great hosts, and we thank them for their involvement in the game.
Oh yeah, another great shot. Sandi's dialed in now. Smooth at the foul line. One of the things you can notice, her slide foot dead perfect straight down the line she wants the ball to go on.
So here's the challenge for Jennifer Marshall. Has to get something going. Comes back with the strike. So she has 3 marks in a row now, strike, spare, strike. But still, you can see that string that Sandi has. Maybe just too much to overcome here unless Sandi should stumble a little bit.
Well, she's still got the 10th frame. Anything can happen. Jennifer's got a possible 258. Look out. Yeah, little off balance at the end of that on the end of her slide, and it pushed it a little bit right. She really had to finish with those 3 in a row. It would have forced Sandi to get a mark in the 10th frame. Now it's just kind of play out the string here.
And she'll get the strike for a 228 final. But those 3 strikes in a row are enough now for Sandi Anderson to advance, and she will play Brenda Walters for this year's championship. And so Sandi Anderson, last year's runner-up, will have that chance to take it to the next step and win her first championship. As husband Jim looks on.
And this is just a great note for Sandi to finish this game on. Very, very strong. She's freewheeling, throwing the ball great. She's got one more match now, and she can think about all these good shots that she made to win this one.
.292, and Sandi Anderson will advance and play for the $10,000. She'll meet Brenda Walters in this year's final Women's 5-pin play of the Canadian Bowling Championship.